said it looks like you gained 40. So yeah, so we join us on the set. I have something that I think you're gonna like. Those who are tuned in will enjoy it during the week, and I saw some pictures, and I just stole the pictures off the internet and put them on the show tonight because I thought it was something we needed to talk about it for you guys because we've talked a lot about seniors. We've been highlighting a senior every week, and we have Jack Melton this week to talk about, and then we have one more senior next week to talk about, and we'll finish out in the last game.
The Vols game, correct.
Vols game, senior night.
That's special for those young men, not just because of the game. You know, they get the opportunity to be honored in front of their classmates, in front of their parents, in front of their teammates, and it's special because, you know, those guys have, as far as the work on the field, off the field, they're going to miss it. But at that time, I think it also just becomes real to them that, hey, everything that I've done, it's you know, they, in their mind, it comes to an end. But at the end of the day, everything that they've had for the past 3-4 years, and it's a special night for everybody because, especially this senior class, you know, and I love every senior. All going to say, Coach, we appreciate everything that you've done. I see why you taught these young men. And so, and this is going to be a tough group to say goodbye to.
Yeah, and a lot of them are your team captains, you know, on the team, which are chosen by the team. Fit the description that you were just sharing about these guys. Coach Scully, you know, for you, you know, senior night, go ahead. And then also, you know, having the guys, you know, on the team, you know, is it
different than homecoming? 2 more games left, or that night at that point it was 3 more games left. Everything on the line
for, you know, for those guys. You know, will be coming back hopefully to watch, you know,
their sophomore year.
Yeah.
This was the 4 guys that worked with us over the summer, and bad things about us, the aggression, the light side of us. They got to see everything for us, you know, for 3.5 years, and so this was a special group to me because I knew
into the playoffs. We're sitting about 2 spots.
We
were just hanging on right there.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to be careful what you choose, and my wife and everybody, the coaching staff, to go on to the road in the playoffs atmosphere that's like that, and just experience all of that. It's a tough playing atmosphere. It's a road trip. Go down to Baton Rouge and
the road again this year, no matter what.
That's right.
24 somewhere in that. We're going to take a look at some of the pictures on the picks. I think your coach's show.
It's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having so? The trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates, 1-844-844.
2-time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to from your next family eye exam to cataracts at Wallace Eye Associates. Eye evaluation.
Eagle's Nest, hanging out at the front porch of the man cave in the baseball facility, and get my text messages to disappear here. A lot of want for the Alabama tickets. I got to tell you, that's my niece and nephew who sit in front of us, and they're not blood niece and nephew, but my best friend has been my best friend since we were 3 years old. And his wife and Cindy became best friends when they. Doug Gann.
Oh, big time, man.
Well,
you know, while we're sitting here working on Saturdays,
and we on the way down, I said 46 Sport. He emails Kent Lowe, and it was Mississippi State. We couldn't get Ole Miss, Alabama, and UAB, so we're credentialed for the rest of the year. So we're writing stories for 446, and
that's awesome.
I got a story on there he posted. No, it was right next to me. We were whole field. I know the miss. You know why?
But you never know.
You know when I saw the first picture of it, You know, so there we go. My math is correct. 1, 2, 3.
Senior class, and it's led by individuals. And what they do is the seniors, they dedicate their jersey for that day and that game to somebody on campus, a faculty member or a staff member. That means a lot. It's special because you see so many different kids back there, but you also see so many different types. Miss Sanders has been there, and so it was a special moment for her because, you know, as a teacher, you're up there and you don't know which kids you really impact in your life. And
Told to come up to the center, you know, of
listen, you know, they make sure rally and they get there. And
okay, so just one time a year when this happens. And so here
it's a beautiful thing because Miss Brenda, she sees these kids for 30 minutes out of lunch, and she's seen them 30 minutes a day, and just the smile that she gives and able to put on a kid like David Roberts' face.
that jersey.
Yeah, we had to pry that out of our arms.
And do they?
They don't get to keep
No.
it.
You know, all these guys, Brock
Yeah,
Bourne,
he responds.
you know, but not in that way.
Right.
You know, and you can tell just how touched, you know, that he is. And then
It's that jersey from John Tavis Hargrove, and it's during 7th hour because we have 7th hour athletics. John's not with us during 7th hour athletics. He's with Miss Shepard during that 7th hour for a robotics class, and so she was able to impact him in a completely different way for 4 years. Well, I know he's been with her for 2 or 3 years with robotics, and so she was really excited about it. I think she was the first one to say, "Can I keep the jersey?"
that whole thing is, and how good the robotics team.
But robotics state qualifying deal, and man, they have build and the things are for you, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
They love it, and it's interesting to watch that work.
David was saying that the state tournament, either whatever they call state meet or glue fan too. So she's repping the robotics.
The robotics.
Yep.
There
skill.
you go. All right, so we'll move on to the
Back, and I'm drawing a blank because I wasn't prepared to talk. But when you think about this guy, and you think about the most interesting thing about him is where he began. His story begins way back. So Jack was an 8th grader when I got here, to work and just challenged him. So we gave him a go, and for him to be able to start this season at D tackle and to see how he's transparent. You know, you want your kids to
him and practicing on the field.
I love the word that Coach used about him. Coach was here 2 years prior to me, and when I got here, Jack was, you know, he was that freshman class that was about to be sophomores, and when I got here, Jack was there because Jack's upset with himself. Not on the field. When he does it, he doesn't even smile. He'll just kind of look at you, say the joke, and then just not smile, and see if you get it. And if you get for him to see
anybody out there is watching 7 on Menard, they're just talking nice about the kids.
No.
You know, they're just talking nice about the kids.
No.
You know, that's not true. It's coming from the heart. Everyone.
It was awesome. That was a first. You know, it was just awesome for him to see him of that. You know, it was just awesome for him to see him of that kid.
And I'll say one more thing about it before you. So that's what's more impressive than anything, because it's not like that in every school. Those kids are maybe looked on in a different way at other schools, but at our school they embrace kids like that, and that's what
Coach Mike Cooper and I mean, it's been weeks, my upper level biology classes, and that's what I've learned about Coach Cooper, because he gives me a lot of insight, because he used to coach here, the junior high, and he gives me a lot of insight on a lot of different.
We didn't have you, Coach Charles, standing to the right of Coach Scully and
Bond as a player to coach and coach there, and the love that they practice, you know, when Rubens. So that was a pretty. It was special from early. He's a kid, but when he gave me that jump up there and gave me the hug and gave me
banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about any for all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier. Transactions are getting safer. And you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use. Anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Appliance parts originally opened at Say.
Howdy. It's the walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
I see. So when we leave 5th and 6th, I'm trying to. You know, I don't. They don't need to run our offense right now.
Level all the way down into the.
They are very sound on all and so tough in that we would be prepared for the smash mouth attack that they gave us. But man, you know, it has to the things that we struggled with when we play assignment football, and you know, it happens.
Yeah, and that was the opening drive. I mean, you know, David Roberts
concerned about, and that was one of the plays we talked and running. Guys try to do their best job, the scout teams, and kudos to our scout teams, but these guys have a different on the edge. That's it, and that's
hat on hat.
Sure,
the 1-2 yard line or so.
And again, it's this all the time. And last week games we've given up a lot of points, and it's the defensive coaches for Coach Charles and all the coaches really, but put a lot of pressure on themselves. So you know that's what we got to think about in these situations, and the guys that miss the tackles. I mean, those guys they're new, be right back out there.
The idea this week was to
went out of bounds.
Yeah,
but if it didn't reach the goal line,
that's true. He would have to pick it up and run. A little loud. So the Eagles of Menard are be looking over the middle, and he's got a man wide open, and he's caught at the 40. He's going to be down to the 50 into Eagle Rose Pine Eagle territory. And as you wait a minute, you got to show the play too. So
that evening, because we knew we could. You look at that play and got into formations like that. There was times where they would forget the tight end or where the linebacker is adjusted out there the outside back.
Going to go down the field and score and maybe be right in it. And then
should be wide open. Boy, they had it picked.
And it's picked up
on them all night. But again, it's about Jordan Rich. Then we throw to the outside, and that's a 5-yard gain. And that's what we were just looking for right there. We weren't trying to get a money shot. We weren't trying to win the game off of one play right there. We were just trying to get 5 yards to keep the chains moving. And unfortunately, the ball was thrown a little bit outside and too high.
Well, and that made it 14.
Was Monday, or the stats said he was a very respectful kid. I do remember talking to him after the game and saying, "Hey, great job," because I remember the plays, some of the plays that he made. I just didn't remember the culmination. I mean, he was just a very
this week. I thought Rose Pine
in so many different ways, and look, and you can see it in the game. They were better than us that night, but they did not. And so he had
Allen Parrish.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help. 1-844-844-88.
Time Dealer of the Year, Bob Giles, is now the new Hyundai dealer in Senla. Bob earned the industry's most prestigious award out of 16,000 new car dealers nationwide.
Hi, I'm Bob Giles, and I promise our team at the all-new Giles Hyundai will do everything possible.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Senla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exams at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And we're back to close things up. But before we do, here on the Eagles Nest Coaches Show with Justin Charles, and you're able to where you could hear everything, at least in my headset, and I wasn't getting any text messages that things were going wrong. So people were able to hear about how well those seniors have done and the scholarships that they've gotten, where they're going to go, what they're going to do. Some going over to Mississippi,
up there at Oakdale, and he's done a great job coaching those guys. He's a guy that come from kinder, so he understands the type of offense and defense that they're running and the different styles of offenses and defense that they could possibly see. So he's aggressive style coach. He's a real laid back guy, but a guy that's he's aggressive on the football field. So it's the coaching style that we're going to be able to that we're excited that we're going to go get the opportunity to coach again. So I'll let Coach talk about their offense.
And a lot of schools are going to it now. Jennings has it. I'm in football. Their offensive line try to keep you balanced. If you stack the ball, my favorite week of practice about where the ball is. Big kid, he's about 6'3", 220. But those guys on defense, I think we're all pumped and ready to go.
Well, I wish y'all the very best in the game. Hopefully, we're talking about a victory on Wednesday area next Friday. But chance of rain on Friday, so bring your ponchos and umbrellas, parents, if you look for
our kids. And I know defensively is